So recently, a lot of people have been asking me about limerence, how to know when you're in limerence and how to know when you're in love and how to get out of limerence and into love and really understanding the differences between the two. There is so much stuff on the internet about limerence. Limerence really reminds me of those kind of tragic, like 18th century pictures of women, woe is me, and really heartbroken and feeling very melancholic and sad and really in the depths of despair about a connection, really fantasizing, obsessing about someone. And when I think about limerence, I realise that I was in limerence for a really long time. I had my partner on a complete pedestal. I could see no wrong in him. I thought that he was above me. I thought that he was better than me. And I just had this infatuation and obsession with him. And that wasn't love, actually. That was a painful place to be because it made me feel less than. So the danger of limerence is that when you actually get to know this person, you realise that they're completely not the fantasy idea that you had of them, and you're very disappointed by that. And then in the worst case scenario, you're in resistance to what is. You're in resistance to who they've shown up as, and you try to change them and control them, and that resistance creates a lot of discomfort and pain in your life. So really, the idea of limerence, I think, is really this obsessional state. And what it means, basically, is that you're making someone above you, better than you, and that you're feeling no good about yourself. It's a low self-worth issue, okay? So if you're feeling like you're obsessing and you can't stop thinking about someone and, you need them, right? There's a fantasy idea about that they would somehow make your life better, that they would make you happier, that they would solve your problems, that all of this discomfort that you're feeling would be solved by this person. And actually, so many people go through this. So many people feel this because there is this very romanticized idea of what love is. So let's just come back down to earth, right? And say that the movies and the Disney stuff that we've seen is absolute BS, right? Love is not like that. This person is not perfect. This person probably isn't even perfect for you, right? Because there's no perfect person. There is no perfect relationship. Everybody is perfectly imperfect, right? So this person will come with their flaws and their baggage and their stuff. And some of it you won't like. Some of it you really will be in resistance to. And that is really what relationship is about. It's about really being an acceptance of who you are. Because actually when you can accept yourself, you can accept other people more easily. So I really want to bring you back down to earth in this video. If you're feeling in limerence, first of all, I said this in a group session the other day, and there's a lot of fear around losing a person, particularly if you're in this limerence feeling, because you feel like you won't be able to live without them, basically. It's very intense. You feel like you won't be able to live. If this manifestation doesn't happen, you're going to be miserable and sad for the rest of your life, and that you'll never get what you want. And it's very dramatic, right? It's very intense. The thing is that if you were to lose this person who you're in limerence with, there's nothing to lose, because that isn't love. It's infatuation, it's obsession, it's low self-worth. So all you would be losing is the focus of your low self-worth. I know that this is really straight to the point. Some of you don't really want to hear this, but it's important, because what you can do is transform this into love, okay? You can transform this into a more real, more grounded, more authentic connection, which can grow into love, no matter where you are. Just because you're in limerence now doesn't mean that you can't be in love with this person, okay? So to do that, the first step is to learn to love yourself more. The first step is to accept yourself more. The first step is to realize how amazing and worthy you are, and how lucky this person is to know you. And does that feel strange? Does that feel like it's not true? And if that's the case, that's fine. That's where you are now. And it just shows you where your work is. It just shows you that actually the work that you've got to do is really putting yourself on the pedestal, giving you the priority of happiness, joy, fulfillment, the dream relationship that you'd like to create. That's your priority. And that this person is not perfect. You know, the struggle that I had in my relationship was really that when this person, my partner, fell from grace and fell from the fantasy idea of the prince that I thought he was, really, it was a shock. It was hard, and I was sad and disappointed because he wasn't the person that I thought he was. He didn't meet the need that I thought he would, and it taught me that I had to do that myself. And from there, I had to look at him and say, this is an imperfect person. Am I willing to love him? Am I willing to love him despite the fact that he's imperfect? And that really, really takes out your ego, right? It really takes it out, because you've got to go drop down into your heart then and learn to love in a more stable, grounded, I'm me and you're you, and I'm willing to be vulnerable so that I can love. And I'm willing to see you and all of your imperfections and love you anyway. And you might be thinking, I do think that. I know. I love him despite all of his things and whatever. But the thing is that when you get close to someone and you live with those imperfections, that's when the real work is, you know. So just notice how obsessional you are, how much you're thinking about it, how much you feel like you won't be able to live without it if this doesn't happen, and how much dependency you have on this person. It's basically when you're in that obsessional state that you've got to question, okay, how do I actually move into acceptance? Because it's acceptance. That's what this is about. Learning to accept what is, where this person is in their life, and also accepting that this person won't solve all your problems and that they are imperfect too. That's the main thing, is realizing that everybody's imperfect. The relationship that you're creating will come with challenges and things that are difficult. And I want you to know that, because it means that whenever you come across them in the relationship that you're creating, that you'll be ready, you'll expect that, and that you won't be so disappointed when that happens, because you'll know that that's just a part of life and just a part of conflict, resolution, breakdown, breakthrough. All of that is part of relationship, you know. So get out of limerence, in summary, work on self-love, work on really building yourself up, building your confidence up, and letting this person be where they are, and knowing that you're okay no matter what. You're okay, and this person isn't the God that's going to come in and save everything. They're not. They're just not. And I also want you to know that if you're feeling like this, I have felt like that too. I have felt like, oh, you know, I felt like called out when someone was saying to me, you don't love this person, this is obsession, this is like an infatuation, you don't even know this person. That hurt. That hurt for me to hear that. And in some way I look back and I think, and I wasn't ready to admit it at the time, but I do look back now and I think, yeah, that was true, you know. But the story is for me that I've been learning to love this person. And that's been such a journey, you know, and is more grounded and more authentic and more stable and more real. And I feel better about myself. That's the biggest win of love, is that I love myself, right? That's the biggest win of moving towards love, because from loving myself, I make better decisions, I make better choices, and I feel happier. So I hope this has given you an idea of limerence, and that you can see within yourself. And there's nothing wrong with limerence. There's nothing wrong with being in that state. We all go through it. But it's about moving into a more mature, a more like real type of love that is based on reality and acceptance rather than fantasy and illusion. Okay? So thanks for watching this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.